Out of all the no setup, self-working tricks that I know, this has got to be my favorite. The reason why it's so good is because the first phase is a smooth, buttery transition into the second phase that requires no setup and no pre-requirements whatsoever of the deck. If you guys are getting value from these videos, and if you're a fan of those sort of self-working, no-setup mathematical tricks like this, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so what I'll do here is go through the whole routine as if I'm doing it for somebody, and after I do that, I'll break it down and teach you exactly how it's done. Alright, so imagine we have somebody here, and they're going to shuffle as much as they want to, okay? So when they're satisfied that the cards are thoroughly mixed, I will take it back and say, look, I'm going to try something totally impossible with these cards here. In fact, we don't need all the cards. We just need a few of them. Maybe we'll use 3 piles today. All right, so what I'll have them do now is pick up any one of these little piles here and shuffle again as much as they want to. Maybe they pick this one here. It doesn't really matter. All right, so now they'll just cut to any card and look at the one they cut to. And I won't look, of course, but that'll be the card they remember. All right, so that one right there will be their card. Now they can put this pile on top of any other pile, give the other cards a mix like this and put these on top of everything. Alright, so think about this for a second. The cards were shuffled, right? The deck was cut into 4 or 3 piles like this. You chose any card, you could have cut anywhere, picked any pile, so that would make it totally impossible for me to find your card. In fact, look, we'll use that word impossible to find it like this. That's I-M-P-O-S-S-I-B-L-E. That spells impossible. What was your card? The 4 of Hearts? That is impossible. Alright, so look at this. It gets better because look, we can use this trick to actually cheat at cards, so it's very useful. All right, so let's say we wanted to cheat at maybe cutting the high card, or maybe cheating at blackjack, or 21. It's the same concept of sort of counting cards to cheat at a casino. You may have seen it before on movies like The Hangover and the movie 21, things like that. So check this out. I'll write down a target card. Maybe we'll go with, it can be any card you want, but I think I'll go with this one today, just because I like this card, okay? But it could be any card, and we'll use this trick to cheat and try to get this card. Now, what I want you to do here is try to cut to a high card. Maybe cut about half the deck like this, and we'll see what you get here. All right, so. Ooh, the Jack of Clubs, that's a good card for 21, right? So put that card face up there. I'll shuffle the rest. Now what I want you to do is put 2 more cards face down right there. They can be any cards you want, it doesn't matter. So that's 1 card, and your second choice, it can be that one. So turn these face up and we'll see what you got here. An 8 and a 4, that's pretty good cards. Now I'll give you one choice if you want to swap any one of these cards for any other card, okay? So maybe they just want to stick to these, and that's totally fine. All right, so now what we have to do is burn 10, and what that means is we take 8 from 10, so that's 2, so we burn 2 cards, and that's 4, so we burn 6 cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and Jack is already a 10, so we do nothing here. Think about this for a second. You chose any 3 cards. You shuffle the deck, you cut anywhere. You could have had your choice of swapping any one of these cards out of your choice, but you stuck with these. So check this out. We count 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's our card, our target card. The card I wrote down is the 9 of clubs. The card we got is the 9 of clubs. Alright, so I hope that you liked that 2-phase routine. Completely self-working, relies on mathematical principles, and there's no setup, so this is just a fire routine, okay? So what you're going to need is a deck of cards, and it has to be a whole deck, okay? So all 52 cards have to be there, no jokers. So as long as you have 52 cards in the deck, it'll work, okay? So in addition to this full deck of 52, it's helpful and it'll look a little cleaner if it's a marked deck of cards, but you don't really need that. I just prefer it, and there's a way around it, which I will get into later on. Last thing you'll need, of course, is something like a piece of paper and a pen to write with to make your prediction on. All right, so now here's the first phase of the routine. You can really have them shuffle the deck as much as they want to, and so when you take it back, you're going to say, look, we're going to try something totally impossible with these cards. And you want to emphasize the word impossible when you're speaking it, okay? So always emphasize impossible when you say it, so it'll make sense later on. All right, so when you take it back, you're actually going to make 3 piles of 7 cards each. And that's very easy because all you got to do is push over 3 cards, 2 cards, and 2 cards. All right, so remember 3, 2, 2, and that'll give you 7 cards, okay? So it's very casual and natural. So 3, 2, 2, and just throw them down like that. So you have 7 cards in each pile. You could just do it like this. 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. Make it look natural and casual like this, but the main thing you want to avoid is say, look, we need exactly 21 cards, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't do none of that, because that'll be sort of, it'll sort of give away the method, and they'll think that it just relies on mathematics, which it does, but you don't want them to think that. So as you're speaking, just do it very casual. Say, well, we're going to try something totally impossible with these cards here. In fact, we don't need the whole deck. We just need a few here like this, maybe something like this. And I've just done it while speaking. Now, that does take a little bit of practice to get smooth like that, but it's definitely worth it. Now, simply what's going to happen is that you will execute the free cut principle, all right? So since 3 piles of equal numbers of 7, that'll give you a total of 14, like this. So let me explain that. So you have them pick up any one of the piles and give it a good shuffle. It could be any pile they want to. They can change their mind, but have, fun with this. Are you sure you want that one? You can change your mind. Just be entertaining like this, because the main thing you want to avoid with these sort of procedural tricks is making it drag on and making it seem boring. So throw in jokes, throw in good patter, be energetic, and it'll go by smoothly. So after they shuffle this little packet, you ask them to cut anywhere they want to and look at their card, and sort of mime this action. Say, cut anywhere and look at your card. And so they'll know what to do, right? So they'll do that. They'll cut anywhere and look at their card. In this case, it'll be the 5 of hearts. Now, when they do that, you ask them to slap this packet on top of any other pile they want to, maybe that one right there. Now, at this point, they need to put this pile and this pile on top of those, so to make it seem more impossible, so shuffle the rest that you have in your hand, put them on top of those, shuffle all of those, put them on top of everything. All right, so now at this point, the actual selection is 14 from top, because 7 plus 7 is of course 14. All right, so what you want to do here is get rid of 4 cards, so their card ends up at position 10, which the word impossible spells with 10 letters. All right, so the way you do that is through a gesture, or reminding them what had happened, or making it seem like it really is impossible. So what you're going to do is shuffle 4 cards to the bottom of the deck. Say, think about this. The deck was shuffled 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just do it casually. The deck was shuffled. We cut anywhere like this, and you just looked at any card. All right, so what's happening there is after you shuffle the 4 cards to the bottom, you again demonstrate. So look, the deck was cut into 4 piles, and I'm just pushing off groups of cards into 3 packets like this, sort of like the JOC cut, right? So there's no way I could have known what your card is or where it is. And that cut does nothing. It's just a false cut. But that spreading action, I think, adds more to it, right? So at this point, their card is at number 10. Now, when you pick it up, you say, look, now I told you we're try something impossible with these cards. In fact, we'll use that word impossible like this. And I just spell the word impossible like this. So you go IMPOSSIBLE. That spells impossible. What was your card? They say 5 of hearts. Boom, you nailed it. Now, when they're freaking out about this, you just put these on top of these, and guess what? This is 20 cards, the exact number you need for the next trick. So you pick up the rest of the deck, put their card in like this, and then slap these on top. But before you do that, if you're using a marked deck, just take a look at this top card, look at the markings, in this case it's the 3 of clubs, and that'll be your prediction. If you're not using a marked deck, what you can do is pick these up and give them a shuffle like this, face up, just noting what the bottom card is before you do that, in this case the king, and shuffle it to the top of the deck and put these there. That way, the top card of this 20 card pile is that king of diamonds there. All right, so but it's a lot easier and a lot cleaner to just use a marked deck. Just that way you can peek at it without you having to do that shuffle there. Either way is fine. It's just personal preference for me to use a marked deck. All right, so you know the top card of this 20 card pile, in this case is the king of diamonds, and then you'll just pick these up after you put their card back in here and slap these on top. So now their card, or your prediction card, is 20 from the bottom of the deck. All right, so now when you're doing all this, you want to say, look, now believe it or not, this trick is useful for card cheating. And so you say, look, what I'll do here is show you how you can cheat at cards using this trick. In fact, we'll try to come up with a target card. Let's see, today I think I'll go with maybe this one here. And you want to make it seem like you're just coming up with this card out of nowhere. Like it could be any card, maybe a card that you like, right? So it'll always be that top card or that 20 card pile, of course. All right, so in this case, we'll write down the king of diamonds. All right, so K diamonds, all right. King of diamonds, just like that. Now you put this down. Now you say, look, we'll play a couple of games here. We'll start out with maybe cutting the high card. All right, so you want them to cut, of course, above that 20 card stock there. So you say, look, cut about maybe half of the cards. We'll play high card first. All right, so they'll do that. And this time they'll cut to a 5. Oh, look, they cut to their own card. Okay, so you say, look, put that, ooh, a 5, right? Maybe we'll try for some better cards here. Put that card there. Give those cards a shuffle. Now you have them put down any 2 cards here, face down. And they could be any cards from this pile here, like this. And now I'll ask them to take a look at them, turn them face up. Ooh, a 7. That's a pretty good card. What we got next? A 2. Those are okay cards. So I'll give you the chance or the choice if you want to swap these cards for any other cards that you want to. All right, so maybe they swap the 7. It doesn't matter. All right, so maybe they'll put that one down here. Ooh, an 8. One above. You're doing great. You know, again, make this kind of entertaining and make it, you know, relatable as if you're actually trying to cheat at cards. All right, so after they get their 3 cards, you have them place these on top of the deck. Now you say, look, we're gonna, this is the way it works. You always have to burn 10, and so what you do here is guide them through simple mathematics. All right, so 2 from 10 is 8, so burn 8 cards. Just put 8 cards on the bottom of the deck. That's how they do it in the casinos, right? So they go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and put them on the bottom. Same thing with 8. 8 from 10 is 2, so they go 1 2, put them on bottom. 5 from 10 is 5. 1 2 3 4 5. And with this principle, it'll work every time. These 3 cards added up will always lead you to the target card, as long as it was 20 from the bottom, right? So they go 1 2, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 1 2 3 4 5, and it'll always lead to our target card here, in this case the king of diamonds. Now, of course, you could do both of these separately if you wanted to as standalone pieces. If you like the first one better than the second one, it's okay to just do that one. Or if you like the second one better than the first one, so it's okay to do that one just by itself also. All you gotta do there is, of course, you gotta know what the 20th card is from the deck. And, you know, that always seems suspicious, trying to look through the cards and then writing something down. It's always best to, you know, make it seem like you couldn't know what any cards were, especially after they shuffled. So, you know, that's why the first phase, the first trick leads into the second one so well, is because there's no way you could have known where any cards were after that first trick. And that is the 2-phase routine, and I really hope that you liked it. Alright, so I hope that you like this routine, and I hope that you go out and perform this for your friends and family and coworkers, and that is it for today. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.